Demon Slayer to the Hashira training. The stakes just got a whole lot more real. We're going to talk about it. Welcome back, Geekvariants. So today we're talking about Demon Slayer to the Hashira training review. This is the movie that just came out in theaters. Pretty much the same thing they did as last year, where they kind of recap the last episode, more or less the last little part of the last season, and it gave you a kind of a preview intro into the new season, which is roughly about the first episode, give or take. So yeah, honestly, I'll go ahead and start off saying, but these things are more or less literally just the same thing. Like intro credits, everything is there to set up like a new episode. So it's not even set up really in a movie format. You're still just kind of watching episodes. So there's no change in that. You still got the end credits, all that kind of stuff. So that's one thing that I would like them to fix, just to make it a lot more movie-esque if you're going to put it into a movie. But other than that, it's just the same. I will say this. I do think that the last arc with the entertainment district going into the Swordsmith Village arc was a lot better movie-wise, just for the fact that the fight with Gitaro and all of that was like epic, and it was beautiful, and seeing it on television and then going to see it on the big screen was really awesome. This same effect, so you still get some of that. I just think that arc just had a bit more oomph to it than, taking down the upper rank 5 and upper rank 4 that was in this one. So pretty much that's how it starts off. They recap, so showing that they took down the upper rank 5. Well, they don't show, you already kind of know what happened. They focus on upper rank 4 Hatingo, taking him down, and we see that Nezuko has, now conquered the sun, more or less. So that's just kind of a whole big thing. So again, of course, these are all spoilers. If you haven't watched last season, I don't know what you've been doing, but that's just kind of what happens, and it kind of sets up for going into the new season. And this is where we actually get a taste of Obanai and Sanemi, and I'm very happy to see, because we see them kind of out on mission, and they're trying to get in something. Girls are going missing, so they're trying to track stuff down, and they kind of get a beat on the guy, and it's like, yo, they even got 2 juniors with them, and they're like, as soon as they get in there, like, it's a fight. And we start seeing some of the sword skills. It is looking lovely. So that, like, I'm very happy to, like, straight off action off the bat. They end up sending them to home, like, yeah, you're a liability. You got to go. We got this. And they just start working bodies. Absolutely loved it. It was awesome. The thing that I did not expect to see is, in the process of them doing this and trying to find this person, they wind up chasing a demon. And in the process, they killed probably about at least 50 plus demons at minimum. That they end up following this demon into the Infinity Castle. I did not expect this at all. So they end up chasing down into the Infinity Castle, trying to get that last demon who was the one kidnapping all the girls. And they see all these other demons in the process. They're falling through the Infinity Castle. And right before they get the guy, doors closed, bam, and they're back where they were at an old temple. And it was like, man, what happened? Where were we? What's going on? So that's like a whole big thing, because they're trying to figure out what to do and where they just were. So, well, we know where it is. So that's a big thing. And you actually start seeing everybody come back from missions slowly. And it's going to be a little bit out of order, but it doesn't really make a difference as far as the story is concerned. Zenitsu comes back from his mission, whatever it was. Kanao comes back from her mission. And Inosuke comes back from his stuff. I still might butcher some of these names, but, because I try to hear them. But either way, everybody's kind of coming back from missions, and we see that Shinobu is actually talking to her prodigy and saying that, look, Muzan is coming for Nezuko, because she has now conquered the sun. She is out there in the daylight, and we see that happen to her. She's able to talk more. She's learning more, so that, but she kind of forgot who she was. I think that might come play around eventually, where something might kick in for her. But Muzan's coming for her, so they got to keep an eye on her, and she has her project, Kane, to make sure she takes care of Nezuko. As Tanjiro's sitting there healing, he's kind of talking, answering questions, and just kind of figure stuff out between some of the other Demon Slayer core members. But they find out that there's a Hashira meeting going on. In this Hashira meeting, we see that Gyomei, he's kind of presiding over it for the time being, kind of getting everybody together and talking with them. It's like, we're having this meeting. We get everybody to sit down. Sanemi and Obanai show up. So with that, everybody else is sitting there. So you got, Giyu and freaking Mitsuri, Shinobu, Tokito, everybody's kind of sitting there, and they're talking until Amane shows up. So then again, I might be butchering some of these names, but she shows up and she's there on representing Kaguya, Master Ubayashiki, and I'm getting. So she's representing it, and he can't really move anymore. He's kind of like bedridden. So she's just kind of explaining going on, like, we got to figure out what's going on. We got to set up a new Hashira training program, but I need to know more about these demon marks. So they got from the first breathers. These are some of the notes that happened about the marks. So they know a bit about the marks, and why they didn't tell them about the marks with the secrets was because some people got jealous that they didn't get marks. Certain conditions have to be met for the marks to start appearing. We've already seen them appear on Kanroji, Tokito, and Tanjiro. So with that being said, they're trying to devise a plan to kind of, I guess, get these marks to start showing up, and they get some insight from Kanroji, which isn't much help, but Tokito is able to give a little bit more about his temperature spiking up to like 102 degrees, his heart going to about 200 beats per minute. Is like a life or death situation, and it makes a difference whether you're going to live or die, whether your mark appears. And if you have the will to live, it seems like, and you meet those other conditions, it's like that's going to be kind of your thing. Plus, it looks like being in sync with someone who has a mark helps that. And Tanjiro has been the catalyst for everybody right now, and he's the first non-Hashira to, or at least in this age, to have the mark show up without being a Hashira. So, whole big deal. They're trying to figure out how to do it and set up a training program that helps induce the marks on people, because a war is coming. Like, it's going down. So everybody got to be ready. Like, you got to be locked in and ready to go. And speaking of that, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you're locked in here, so we can talk more about this stuff, because I want to hear all y'all comments and stuff down in the comment section below. Anything y'all got to say about it, I want to know about it. What do you think is going to happen and all that kind of stuff. So as they're devising this plan, they're trying to figure stuff out. Giyu's like, all right, cool. Y'all got this. I'm out. So at that in the process. Wait, before I go on that, there's Amane put down a specific stipulation that we didn't get to hear. Like, there's a stipulation that needs to be abided by. So Gyomei is like, yo, I got this. Cool. We'll take care of that. And that's it. Nobody else seems to have any objections. Except for Giyu, who's just like, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't want to do this. I'm different than y'all. And just leaves. And him and Sanemi already got kind of a little kind of button heads thing. And he's just like, he's not phased. And he's calm like water, of course. And he walks out. So the other ones end up putting together the plan. Is like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to set up as far as the Hashira training. Giyu goes on about his business. In this process, Tanjiro ends up getting his sword. He gets a new sword. It's actually a deeper black than what it was. It's got the handguard from Flame Hashira Rengoku, and he thanks it because that's what saved the little kid's life, the little one who helped Tokito. I really think that his sword is going to play, I guess, a bigger factor than now it's turned a darker black. I'm not sure, but maybe he's more in tune or whatever the case may be. Something's going on. So curious to see about that, but he's got a new sword. He's ready to go. You got the other two have returned. So Inosuke and Zenitsu have returned. Of course, Zenitsu's returned to see everything's going on. He's very happy. He sees his love, Nezuko, who's talking about Inosuke, which is really funny. So great stuff there. But the training is getting ready to get set up. And that's one of the things that everybody's talking about. It's like, we're about to get into the training and really understand what it is to be a Hashira, and kind of speed up our ability to fight and keep up with everything else. In the process of training, they're bringing in everybody. So they're even talking about bringing in old Hashira to help with the training. And that's where we actually get to see Tengen come in. He's got, one arm, and he's still out there. He's training some of the new recruits and just kind of getting everybody to shape. But every Hashira has a different type of training. Like Gyomei is working on more strength and stuff like that. Infinite slashes is going to be happening with Sanemi, so that more sword skills is going to happen with Overnight. So everybody's got kind of a different thing that they're going to be assisting with, and it's going to be individual training. So as you finish working with one Hashira, you're going to move on to the next Hashira and work on that skill. So it's like master this skill, move on, master this skill, move on, and set yourself up. So it's going to be a really fun season, really fun to see how everybody starts training and figuring stuff out. There's a catalyst, and I want to know what's going to happen. Is Tamayo was mentioned accidentally by Tanjiro, and then later on we see a crow show up, and that crow shows up and talks to Tamayo, and is like, "Yo, I'm not here to hurt you or something like that, but I got a proposition for you." And this crow was sent by Kaguya, so it was like, "You and Shinobu know a lot about this medicine stuff. I want y'all to work together and do something. So I'm inviting you." And she's a demon. I remember she's a demon. I'm inviting you to the, to our mansion so that we can work on something, some kind of joint mission or whatever to take down Muzan and his squad. So I don't know what that's about, but something's going on there, and I guess it took a while for him to find him. I don't know, like it's shaping up to be pretty wild, especially with his training. It's got to be hardcore. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some demon forces sent to attack them while they're training, wherever they're training at. So maybe attack the Butterfly Mansion, maybe attack different areas if that's where they're training in. Some kind of setup is coming from Muzan because he's going to throw he said he's going to have a frenzied attack more likely, so he's probably going to throw everything he's got, whatever demons he's got left. He's going to start throwing them at people because it doesn't look like he plans on making any more demons. And the upper three are left, so he may send one of them after them during the fight, just to kind of lead the attack, or it could be just one of the other ones. I don't know. I'm excited to see this. So I don't know what you guys. I'm excited to see what's going on, how it's going to play out. Again, I have the entire series of manga. I kind of want to read it, but I don't want to read it because I enjoy seeing the show and animation and kind of watching with my people, being excited as it comes out. So that, people say you can still read the manga, still be excited as it comes out, but it's like, I don't know. I like being in the dark. So that's just me. Again, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think will happen, how much you love a Demon Slayer, what are you going to get. I'm actually about to get another Demon Slayer sword at some point. I don't know which one I want. I have Zenitsu's, I have Tanjiro's so far. I have Rengoku's, got Giyu's. So I'm trying to figure out whose sword I want to get next. I'm thinking Sanemi is on my list, and Tokito is there too. But Sanemi, after seeing this one, he's kind of moved to the top. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments, all of this stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next one.